Sawyer has been gone all week at 6th grade camp.
Mm-hmm. That was fun.
Going fucking crazy. I miss her so much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never.
You're not like, oh, good, one less.
I've
mouth
never
to feed.
gone this long without talking because she doesn't have a phone with her.
Yeah.
So I can't speak to her. I have no idea how the camp went. I'm just like, it's been. She left on Monday. She's getting home like right now, but I'm just like, I need to talk to her. I miss her so fucking much.
Yeah.
You gonna leave work early?
I want to.
You go talk to your
I
kid?
honestly want to like the second time I gotta go. I'll go get her. But
My parents were like that when I went to 6th grade.
Because we didn't
It was
even
like,
have
this
cell
is
phones
weird.
back then.
Yeah, they were like, will you write us a letter like every day? I was like, okay.
Oh,
I think I wrote a
I
letter
didn't have
every
a phone
day.
when I went to 6th grade camp. You
I
weren't allowed
forgot.
at that day. Nobody had
Yeah,
phones.
no,
Yeah, we didn't have
phones,
phones back then, but also, you're not allowed to bring it. But yeah, I now remember writing a postcard to my parents.
okay, yeah,
And they got it after I was already back home.
That's
Yeah,
what-
same here.
It's only a
Same
week,
here.
so
and that's the thing. It's like, so a teacher was going up there for half the week, and so said, if you want to give them a letter, like bring it to the school, and then I'll just bring it up when I go up.
That's cool.
So I did that. So
Mail
she got a
call.
letter from us, but
Yeah.
like we didn't get a letter back or anything.
I just remember the dread of the first night being like, I'm doing this a whole week. Like,
Yeah.
because I kind of didn't like a lot of there were kind of like some kind of bully-esque kids in my
Mine too.
a bunk or whatever you call it,
Okay.
the room we were in.
Shit,
with
that
all the
might have
bunk
been
beds.
me.
Yeah, once we got out, there were people that I knew from school, but also people that I met that were cool. Like when we go to lunch and stuff like that, I knew them. But in the room I was in, it was kind of like a lot of assholes.
It was mixed too, because it wasn't just your high school.
It was
right?
no-
No,
Multiple schools.
I was. It
Same
was,
with me.
There was one other kid from my school.
That's
and
it?
That was it.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
it
had
was
about
weird.
5.
Yeah,
we had
I had a good amount from my school.
I want to say like we had like 15, 20 people in our bunk with all the bunk beds.
but most of the people I did not.
Most of the people I did not know, but I think I knew like 5
yeah.
in my bunkhouse.
And
But one, that's a yeah.
So, but I remember that first night, I couldn't sleep. I was
Yeah.
like laying in a bunk, just like, what is happening? I'm gonna do this all week. And then one of the biggest asshole kids that was there the whole time, in the middle of the night, like pissed his mattress or something, and they sent him home.
Oh my god.
No.
Because I just remember like, oh, I'm across from this guy. He fucking sucks. This guy's such an asshole, and he's so mean to everybody. And then, yeah, I finally fell asleep and then woke up, and they were taking his mattress outside to like hose
embarrassing.
it off or something.
Oh, it's so
and they were like, yeah, no, he's going home. He's going home. He's just going to go home. And I didn't know. I'm sorry.
He was crying?
I remember just being like, yeah, no, you're an asshole. See ya. Bye.
Kinda brightened your day up.
So that kind of, redeemed it a little bit.
I remember being in the bunk house and trying to sleep, and I remember this campfire story they told. One of them was about like aliens.
Oh, yeah.
And at that time, that's a very real, scary story that could be could be out there. So I remember being so freaked the fuck out from one of their goddamn campfire stories that, like, I could not sleep.
Yeah.
Because I was so scared I was gonna get like probed by an alien or something.
Yeah.
And then we were up late talking because I was trying to get my mind off it, and we were talking about girls from our class that were like, oh yeah. And I remember, I think a counselor had snuck in and was like hiding up against the dark
what a
wall.
dick.
And I was like, yeah, Colada? Yeah, fuck Colada. She's ugly. And they flipped the light on. They were like, you're talking and you're talking. And I was like, oh shit, like I got caught. We were talking about the pretty girls in my class, and I was
being mean.
I was being mean to Colada.
Damn, dude.
But I had to go out and then sit alone.
You got disciplined?
They were like, lights on, which woke half of the fucking people up.
that's so rude.
And then they pulled me and like 2 other guys that were talking out, and then they sat us by the still roaring campfire. And then I was just scared outside now. It's like
my
3 a.m. and I'm like,
abducted.
now I have to wait outside in the cold for like, I think they kept us out there for like a half hour until it was like, okay, now go back to bed.
Damn, that's
I had a
talking
good time
shit.
at 6th grade camp. The one thing I remember is, I remember a bunch of it, but the one bad thing is, and I think I heard later that he does this all the time, but somebody got like the counselor started like telling a story and then got super angry at everybody and stopped.
What?
Dude,
And-
that's literally what happened in
Yeah.
mine.
You guys
And
have talked about
I think
this.
I went to the same camp, same counselor, and I think it's his bit or something, but it scarred everyone.
Dude, I was just about to say that was I think back, like my most negative memory was that we gathered around for
Some story time or something like
campfire
that.
story kind of shit. But it was in the bunk. It was at night.
Yeah, we were in the bunk.
Oh.
And then he set up this whole scary story, and then like someone fucking coughed, and he was like, "I said no noise. I'm done.
Yeah.
You asked for this.
To a
I'm
T,
done."
he did the same thing.
What the
But except
fuck?
he blamed somebody banging on their bunk. And
Yeah.
it was just like, I said, no noise. I'm not going to finish the story. I had this whole thing planned out, everything like that, and you guys are going to bed.
This is his bit?
I think it's his bit. And it was like the end of this. It was
Were
like
you guys in the same room?
I don't think so. We
What a
were
bummer.
different years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
different
okay,
years.
okay,
So, but I think he does that to everything, like at the end. But why?
Yeah, because
Like, it
I
sucks.
left camp. That was like the dud it ended on.
Deflating.
I left deflated, and even to this day, I feel a little thing in my stomach where I was like, "Man, we were having great memories," and then that guy threw a fit and ended a cool story.
Yep.
Like I still feel like ugh from
Yep.
that, and I was a 6th grader.
And he probably thinks like, oh, this is probably a cool memory for everybody. No, it sucks.
No,
Don't
it
do that.
sucked, and I remember. You think back and you go, "Oh, bless his heart." I remember this one kid from our cabin walked up to him and he wanted to know more of the story.
Yeah.
And went,
Oh.
was it what you were doing, was it going to be like an alien story? Was it going to be like a ghost story? Like he wanted to know more.
Yeah.
And then I heard the counselor go, "It wasn't going to be anything."
Oh.
Way. And I just remember thinking, what a fucking dumbass
Yeah, he was a
that
dick.
ended the. Yeah, and it's so funny you have the same
Yep.
story.
He definitely does that multiple times.
Am I misremembering, or maybe this is just from movies, but was there a talent show at the end of the week?
Not for me.
I don't think so.
I'm thinking of like Wet Hot American Summer. I think.
I don't think we did a talent show.
But I do remember, I didn't participate because it was like, I don't know if I can do that. But I do remember being at the last day, like, okay, people have worked on these talent show bits,
Yeah.
and we all had to sit and watch them.
Yeah.
And it was like singing to, it was like lip syncs.
Yeah.
What do they call that?
Air
Air
bands.
bands.
Air bands.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
It was shit like that, you know.
Yeah.
I don't remember doing that.
You didn't?
No.
I might be misremembering, but I have a fucking deep-seated memory of this.
Yeah.
I didn't go.
You
And
did not go to 6th grade camp?
No, I didn't.
By your
go.
choice or
by my?
just-
It was my choice.
It
yeah.
was scary, and I think my parents kind of coerced me, like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
I did
Yeah.
not want to go.
Yeah,
I was like,
same.
I do not want to do this.
I don't think any of us
I
did.
hate this.
Sawyer didn't want to go either.
And-
Oh, she did, but she also didn't.
And I was like, okay. Like my friends were like, hey, I'm going to. Let's do this together and stuff like
Yeah,
that. And,
I think that's
and-
common.
And I had a good time.
Yeah.
So
Well, I just got confirmation.
She's home?
They got Sawyer, and she did have fun.
The eagle
Okay,
has landed.
That's it. You never want to go, and then you have a good time.
Oh,
Yeah, you do.
But so what happened to me was I moved schools in 6th grade, so I went to a
Oh.
different school.
Yeah.
Right.
That was the school that I was the Wednesday dance class. And then
before
they-
you were at the
and then
performing
they
arts
they didn't know
place.
my name. They just called me Gay Boy because I asked about dance class.
Oh.
Wednesday's class.
When's
And-
dance class?
And I'm like, I don't want to go with them. And then all of the people at the school I was friends with at my old school all went, but I couldn't go with them, and I didn't
different
want to go with
class, yeah.
these people.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
sat in the 4th grade classroom while they were gone for the weekend. I just had to do like homework and shit. Like it was terrible. It was so bad. I should have just gone, even though I was like
Yeah.
bullied by those kids. I should have
Yeah.
fucking gone.
Yeah.
But I didn't go. But now Sawyer went, so I'm
Yeah.
fixing my
You've
wrongs.
made
Yep.
you've made up universally for
and
it.
she had fun. Dude, I spent a fucking week and be like, oh, please,
You
God.
just worried she wasn't gonna have fun.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. But then I'm just like,
Do you remember having to do dishes? Everyone had to do a
Yes.
little bit of dishes duty.
We had to clean our dishes.
Yeah.
I don't think I did it.
You did. That's
that
such
tracks-
a Rocco.
That tracks so hard, I can't even tell you.
Yeah.
I just kind
He
of kept
figured out a
walking
way
around.
to play Game Boy. He's like out by an oak tree. Are they done with those dishes?
Yeah, something like that. I remember the thing I was dreading the most was the big hike on like the last day or
Yes,
something.
the
like
night
that.
hike.
And I don't think we did a night hike. We did one during the day.
Okay.
We did. Yeah.
And I ended up really enjoying it.
we
Sawyer
did a night
was
hike.
scared about the night hike because she's like, I don't want to get lost ever. So then I got her one of the jackets that we sold. The
Reflection.
what's it? I can't remember the fucking jacket we sold.
Short Circuit?
Short circuit jacket. I'm like, dude, check this out. So I showed up with the flashlight, and I'm like, she was so amped. She's like, oh hell yeah! So like,
Oh,
she
because all the
definitely
kids
didn't-
are gonna have flashlights.
Yeah, they're gonna have flashlights in the night hike, and you can definitely see Sawyer.
She's
So
gonna
we-
light up the.
Yeah.
the whole
To me,
forest.
the night hike was very short. It was just going out away from the camp to see the stars.
Yeah.
that's
That
what
was
we
basically
did.
it.
Yeah,
And it was just a fire road that was
Yeah.
like maybe less than 100 yards from the
Which
Yeah,
which
I remember that.
camp did you go to? Do you remember?
Keweenaw.
Yeah.
That's where Sawyer's went.
Yep.
Yeah,
oh,
so
okay.
And
That-
most people do in
Wow.
this area.
See,
but-
I went to Fox, which is a
Yeah.
different
yeah,
one.
but I've heard of that one. But
yeah. You know,
But
I
that's where
wonder.
I went to.
Yeah.
I should show you guys pictures of what I've seen and see if it looks the
see if
same
it
or not.
matches and stuff like
yeah,
that?
because
Yeah.
you'd probably know. But
The weirdest part to me though, going back to the stories that they would tell, there was one of the counselors that was a real like gruff, mean guy, and it was always like, oh, scared to get that guy. Like we kind of rotated people through
Yes.
the week, and he was the one I was most scared to get. Are you all tough enough to hike out here and whatever?
Mountain
and
man.
then we finally got him in the cabin, and it was like if you were cool to him, he was cool to you.
Yeah.
it was
yeah,
like
usually
whatever.
that's
Chill
how
dude.
it goes.
But he
I'm
told
sure.
the story, and he was like, "We'll see if you're ready for my story, because I got plenty of stories to tell." And then he told it. He felt like a Ren and Stimpy character, like the fireman. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay.
all
whatever."
bulging and veiny.
Yeah, exactly. And he was just like, "All right, everyone, sit in the den," And then we did, and he told a story, and I remember where it ended was like it was a story about how someone at this camp once found someone did a spell on him in the forest. Like something happened in the forest, and they turned into mice.
really,
And it was
I
kind
didn't
of
hear that.
creepy. It was kind of scary. And so I'm like, oh, where's this gonna go? And it was I don't remember if I talked about this before, but it was like, yeah, so they tried to get back into the cabin, even though they were mice. and then they went through blah 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 blah. They went through the room and they found themselves in the showers. And then they looked around and they crawled into the shower. It was the girls' shower.
Whoa.
And I was like, okay. And he went, and they saw them all naked.
what the?
and I remember going, okay.
That's awesome.
Well,
And,
95.
and then he went, good night, everybody.
Oh
that was
my
the end of the story.
So it's not that bad of a
And
ending.
even then, I was like, that's the conclusion?
That's weird.
And it only gets weirder the older I
time
get.
goes
I'm
on.
like, why was this man telling us about
You guys didn't want
they
to
saw the naked girls?
see the naked girls?
It was like, okay. Even then, I was like, all right.
yeah.